Hello, and thank you for joining me today for a quick review on how to use Edge Live. In order to use it, I think first you need to see the experience that your clients will have. Let's get started with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a tab that I have already, and I copied a link. This link would be emailed or sent to your clients, and they would just need to click on that link. Once I'm in here, I'm going to bring up my phone in this lower corner. I want to make sure it stays on top so we don't lose it. This will be the screen that your clients will get, the computer screen. The phone is what I am driving it on. So when your clients get this, they say, "I understand," and then a message will come up. In this message, hopefully you called your clients and said, or you gave your clients a message that says, "Call me when you're ready to go through this presentation." So the clients have called you, and now you're on the phone with them. "Hello, Joe. I understand purchasing a new home is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. So my job in lending is to make it as easy as possible. In order to do this, I find using this application, Mortgage Coach, helps my clients understand the financial obligations a lot easier and really breaks down the numbers in a way that they can comprehend it. So I'm going to go through this total cost analysis with you with the information that we previously discussed. And then I want you to take this back to your family, even to your realtor. Go over all of this, have a conversation with them. If any questions pop up, feel free to call me. Would love to go over it with them as well. So let's go ahead and get started. You can see in this presentation, I have compared your current home to, if you were to sell that home and use that equity, purchasing a larger home in your community. You can see in each of these that there is a little difference in payment. Actually, the payment of the first product is a little bit lower than your current scenario. And then the other products you can see are a little bit higher. You can also see in here that there is cash to close. In the first two scenarios with the negative number, that is actually money that you will retain and keep in your pocket. So you'll have some money left over after you purchase the first two homes. But if you do decide to move into that $500,000 home, you will need to bring in about $4,300 for closing costs. But remember, you also have to have some money available for reserves in your bank account. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in here to the payment breakdown. Here it shows your property tax, your hazard insurance, mortgage insurance. Also remember, if it's a newer community, it might even have Mello-Roos. So those are factors that would be in this screen. But closing costs for the homes would all be about the same. If you see that $97,000 right there, that is actually the money, the proceeds that we're expecting for you to pocket after the sale of your current home. And if we wanted to look at how it would work if you put that extra money each month in that first scenario towards the closing cost, how that would work, I could go into this reinvestment strategy and work up numbers for you there as well. So I'm quickly just going to go through the net monthly payments. We can see here that the $500,000 is the most expensive. The home that you would save the most per month is that $400,000 home. Anytime you go into that more information, it breaks it down into numbers for you. Tax benefit, again, the highest tax benefit is that home of the $500,000. So you do have the least amount of tax benefit on the current home scenario that you're currently in. Again, you can always click into that more information and see the actual numbers. And finally, that rent versus or the net worth. The net worth on this property, you can see how it's broken down. We have on that final one, $578,963 is the total net worth that you'll have during that $500,000 home, that is almost $100,000 more than where you're currently at. So that is what the experience your clients will see when they are on the phone with you. So I want to quickly show you how do you get to these pages and how are you able to, as the LO, drive the presentation. So first I'm going to go to the mortgagecoach.com. And when you go in here, you'll double click on whichever presentation that your clients are on. So I was using that time for a new home. Once you click on this, bring your mouse down to presentation and bring it to the preview. So you just want to let it hover over presentation and then click on preview. That brings you into this screen. From this screen, you want to choose generate a link. And when you choose generate a link, now you have the option to go in and drive it live right here. So clicking on that allows you to go into that window. Now, the way that you know that you are in the right window is it has a clear all button down here. However, it does not have a record button over in the lower left corner. If you have a record button in the lower left corner, you're in the record. You are able to do any highlighting here by simply putting the mouse over the box you want to highlight and then clicking that left mouse button. So as you go through the presentation and talk to your clients, click on that button. Now, as you could see when I was driving it for you, there is a very slight delay. So you can choose to either slow down or you can tell your clients when you see it highlight on your screen, let me know and I'll move on. Depends on what you're most comfortable working with. Now let's go back into the phone and I'm going to go from the very beginning. Let me bring up a blank screen for you. Now, on your phone, when you are driving Edge, you have your phone available. You'll go into your clients, and then you'll choose that presentation that your clients are in. Again, that scenario, time for a new home. Now you're going to choose which presentation. Now remember here, if you've done a rent-to-own and a total cost analysis, you must be in the same presentation as your client. So if your client was in the total cost analysis, you need to select total cost analysis. If your client is in the rent versus own, you need to select rent versus own. In this case, I've only built the total cost analysis. Then here I will choose on live reporting. When I choose on live reporting, it takes me into that first screen. And again, you know that you are in the right screen when you click on summary, and in the upper right-hand corner, there is that clear all button. So you are able to go in and clear the information, all the highlights from this screen as well. So anything that you want to highlight, simply touching that box will bring that highlight up. Any extra pop-in window you want to go to, simply clicking on that window, and it'll drive your clients into that window. So it's that easy, but what I do recommend is I recommend you practice a little bit on your own before you show it to the client. It does take a little bit of practice. So to do that, go ahead and do what I did. Copy a link, put it into your the bar, or send yourself a text and you can open it on your phone as well. Then on another piece of equipment, either your computer or your phone, even your iPad, go through and drive that presentation for your clients. Hope this helps you out in your business. Thank you. Have a great day.